previous series, Lone Druid can scale extremely well versus the Ursa once he gets up to some items, and obviously EMP, one of the best spells in the game versus Medusa.
So as they continue to work through the lanes here and build up to that kind of a point, oh, we see mid lane, Owie eating the EMP. Got to be muscled back while up and above. Saksa gonna try to eat his way back under the safety of his own tower, eating lots of right clicks. The Savage Roar tries to come out and save him, but it's not gonna stop him from getting the right click forward. And it's gonna be Rose who picks up the first blood here for MP, but now could find himself in a bit of trouble. Moon has rolled in, actually miscalculates the dunk, but it doesn't matter. He'll be able to get the spin. Bricks the first one though. That's the thing way long ago, but I'm sure Misery was a part of that time.
Yeah, yeah. Whenever you have a Medusa, that's sort of one of the issues of Medusa and putting her in the safe lane is that she really has zero kill potential on most offliners. As Resolution goes down up top.
Set up with a Savage Roar from MSS. It's NP quickly swarming in as a 4-man unit.
Tower is taken, so he can't see MSS farming there and make sure he doesn't go down up in this top lane.
His team still hangs around him. Is nearby. Saksa spots out the bounty, grabs it. MSS so angry about it, just roars in his face. But they quickly swarm in. It looks like we happen to come across a Haste Rune here. Steps into the Cold Snap and starts poking at him a bit. Looking to save out the last hit made for Resolution. It's going to be a tornado that will snipe it down. MSS going to get dropped. Just trying to go for a bounty snipe here. Can't remember quite when the last Medusa meta, I know it was before even 7.0 was in town. Oh, might have to hold that thought. What's happening up here? Charge in for Moon. This man's trying to finish out his Blink Dagger. He's actually so close. He gets denied, and another couple of 100 gold is going to have to be farmed up. But, ooh, look at this. It looks like they will get the tornado connection on SVG. And now he is frantically running for his life. A limp cow will get poked there. Finished off. MSS is also close, almost up in arms with Resolution, but we'll be able to try to take fights, or is there more to NP's game plan before they try to really, go on the prowl, if you will? Oh, top lane, have to hold that thought because they've already making their move. For Rose, it looks like Moon has that Blink Dagger and jumps right in. No dunk will be necessary here as he drops so fast.
Yep, nice game sense backing up after he gets that tower, and they don't get anything off of that, so now NP can be able to push out the other lanes. They move into bids. Moon actually jumping in. Rose maybe going to go down.
He is down. Lots of spins there for him, but Owie wants vengeance. Can he get one more swipe for the finish? He needs another. SVG helps bash him in, but the tornado comes out from Weeha to look and lock him in place. SVG, Nether Strike, finally gets it done. MSS has shown up, and he sets it down with the big Rattle Roar. It's going to be Owie who will get the finish there, and Saksa with no more mana will have to step away. MP with a good turnaround thanks to the rotation of MSS in this mid lane. Misery actually gets the arrow. Owie walks forward into it. A buyback will come out, and Moon wants to make the fight happen here. Owie charges forward, looking to go for Saksa. Finds himself dunked from the buyback of Moon, and DC just hunting on forward here to go for more. MSS tries to step back and behind the tree. Envy, though, dishes out the Stone Gaze. Moon has to call, get the armor. Is it going to be a dieback for Moon? It looks like it will be. He's going to get dropped. And now DC still content on fighting here, pushing towards under the tier 1 of MP's side, leaping back in. They're going to get the finish on Misery with a tornado and a starfall. Now they look to go on for Rose. He gets the grave off, but the cold snaps lock him in place. Can he hide within the trees? Doesn't look like it. Tries to heal through it. A root on Envy now. DC chomp forward, and they're going to get that one too. It's DC with it's Misery with the double. And somehow DC have just pulled that all back with those last couple of pickoffs, taking out MSS, taking out Envy. Helps their case a lot, but what a ridiculously long fight.
Now are at least content with it. They're getting farm on all their heroes. And they know as the game goes later and later, NPs, of course, are going to have a hard time sticking on to particular heroes and actually getting their damage in.
Jump call there to grab Envy and draw him back into the base as Moon will slide away from it. He spits out the Stone Gaze. And with the global silence on top of it, they look to step back out. Total space creation from both fronts. Now they're jumping from Owie. Look to go right for Misery. He pulls out the Moonlight Shadow. Is he going to get knocked down? The charge comes forward from SVG to continue to lock him in place. They'll get him down, plus Weeha, who's going to be forced to buy back. The follow-up charge and hit on the Moon will take him out too. He has no buyback for this fight. MP take a good hard shot and then try to step back out with inside. Step back out from inside. SVG not going to be so fortunate. He will be taken down. MP might be satisfied with this.
And then Envy walking into the base and dodging it, so not getting all of his mana burned immediately. And a nice reinitiation. Is Resolution actually going to go down top?
Yeah, he was farming out that lane, feeling so confident that there was going to be no trouble coming his way, figuring that MP had totally pulled out and away. MSS almost sniped right there. Just barely not enough damage. But, you know, they didn't have the vision, I don't believe, in those woods to even see if it would go their way through that mid lane. We're watching Misery and Moon both try to continue to keep the pressure. Light of Heaven, seriously though. Try to keep the pressure there through the top lane and keep the pressure there. We are going to see the quick pick as Owie gets the jump onto Resolution. I actually missed that action. I'll blame Light of Heaven for that one. But here Owie, debut of the BKB, pretty damn successful. Lone Druid's down. He may be forced to buy back because MP's a coming. Just what they asked for.
Yeah, he was just a couple waves off of level 20, so has that full respawn timer not decreased by the 40 seconds.
Oh goodness, hit by an arrow and locked down. MSS tries to step in to help out, setting up the roar, but that will cost them their ages too. Buybacks begin to trickle in. DC looking to defend and hold. Envy still holds on to the ulti here, tries to get between all of them, but that's when the global will come out. The tier 3 is going to get dropped. Can they burst through Envy in time here? The call, the follow-up's there, the Yule's up Moon. He's going to look to pop off the ultimate now as soon as the silence is taken away, but he is just constantly disabled. He will lose his mana and not be able to get it off. He's trying to slither out. They'll hit him with the grave. He manages to survive, but will be forced to ultimately be dropped. DC get the upper hand and will be able to take him down. They have held their base, finishing off with a Weehaw double kill. It cost them a couple of buybacks, but they will only lose their tier 3.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about. If you know, even if they get a couple kills in the base, they took the exactly like they.
Where was the old secret shop? Ooh, an arrow connects onto an Invis MSS. Tries to go, jump in.
Hit to break his invis.
Go for the call. He steps back, gets off his own roar. That's when the global comes out, and they run on forward here from NP, looking to mow right through him. They'll get the Weehaw takedown. He's out without a buyback because of the commitment to buy those items. Saksa also going to be taken out here. Ooh, a hard hit here for DC. Can MP capitalize on this window and make a lot out of it? He runs in, slashes, forces out a fortification here. Still 30 seconds for Weehaw. Envy inside the base. Manning up on the Misery. Now pops out the ulti. Misery obviously going to be forced to step back and away. They're not going to get the finish for either. It's zoning him off. Owie looking to go back in for the racks. There's going to be the lead in, the Yules. He tries to force himself back out. Now he'll use his own Yules on himself. Comes down and will get finished off. Tries his best to hold the order here in the bottom lane for as long as possible for Wee's return. But he loses his own life, and then they get the jump on Saksa and will take him out too. Double kill for Owie. This is going to be the bottom lane of Rax. Okay, Weehaw's back now. Arrow on Envy. Can DC punish? Misery gets jumped from behind. Is going to be forced to quickly leap away. EMP going to get dropped in the middle. Owie already has no mana to work with. He'll rush on back. Envy digging out the snake. And look at this, another roar. Jump in from MSS. It's going to be on the weak. Can they finish him off again? They can. He's going to be out one more time without a buyback. Misery gets finished off. He dishes out his buyback. MP, they've gotten so much here. They might just run, and it looks like they will. They call the game. It's over. MP have done it. They have done it with that fight, with that push. They know it's over. Oh, man. DC. All right, then. Moon will now have under the tower to work with, but this is going to be a pretty nice start for the Axe. Okay, here we go. Crush, missile, looking to go for the weak Lesh. They'll get it done. Misery going to be picking up the first blood, then drops down the net. A follow-up support takedown, a double kill for Misery. Owie, he's moving in. He wants a metamorphosis kill. He's not. Lesh and Bane now smoke and roll towards this mid lane. A potential setup on for Wee. Can they leap the sleep? Yes, they will. Then, oh, they did it taken off right there with the Forge creep. Not going to be enough, though. They're able to move in and finish them off with the help of the Starstorm coming out from Envy. That will secure it. Saksa both get to the side of Moon here. Moon has that level 6. He has that roar. He's looking to land it. Boom! Yells right at MSS. There's the Sunstrike. Should be more than enough to be able to get the job done, but MSS gets the call off, almost gets a few extra, spins the dunk, gets the kill on Moon, and this man's walking away into the Moonlight Shadow. Woohoo! Barely avoids the Hadouken there. How the hell did he walk away and live with that? He's gone. Saksa narrowly avoids getting slept and set up there from SVG. MSS is back. He actually spots out Misery, it looks like, here, hiding within the trees. A new Sunstrike also going to miss the mark. just behind the Bane. They make the approach for Misery. They hit him with the Starfall, and that's going to be plenty. He goes out. A series of...
You know, a lot of players will go for the second point and lead, you know, thinking, I'm not really going to use it this early on, but picks it up and uses it immediately, and saving MSS there, getting a little greedy with the call, thinking he could turn around and does actually, so a really nice read from MSS, but in the meanwhile, AOI does go down.
Find himself in trouble. Woo! Able to backpedal a bit. Loses one of his creeps, tries to slow them down. Oh, Rose is not able to get the connection there with the stun, so Misery able to walk out. What's happening in the top lane here? Saksa's rolling in. Owie showed up while MSS is still here. But it looks like things will fizzle out. Nothing will really end up coming of it. Arrow! Whoa! Connection from Envy onto Moon by the tower? Means that MSS can walk in, get the call, get the dunk. Nice shot there. That'll allow them to get to tier 1. The fact that DC have taken like 2 towers back-to-back in that top lane. Mid lane tier 1 was denied by Envy, but they still get a little bit extra money. Bottom lane, MSS jumps in for resolution. Eats the stun there, gets a couple of spins. Fiend's Grip will be committed and secured. Well worth, as it is the precious core.
Really didn't happen. They sort of just traded farm, and you kind of both just get less farm.
They're running for resolution, and he is just so far and away. Without that tier 2 standing, it feels like nobody can become close and aid. So MSS is going to be able to jump on forward, get the initiation.
Oh, there he goes, pinging the
Light
shrine.
of heaven, are you for real? Every game. Top lane, jumping from MSS. The call is out for Weehaw. He's like the remaining X Factor for this team. He goes for the Ghost Walk TP, but MSS is a Spin Lord! He's a freaking Spin Lord, man! The creeps, of course, were all there.
If he goes a little too far out, maybe he can go down as Moon pushes the lane out with the boar. Hawk scouting, and you spot him.
Just got that Blink Dagger, but he gets roared the second the bird flies over him. So it's a hard shot, but as mentioned, already got the Blink Dagger. So not going to be taking the biggest loss. And on the back of that, DC now walking down this bottom lane. It's time to get a tier 1. MP, let's see if they consider a defense. We have MSS on one side. We have SVG's Bane on the other. MSS decides to make the jump and the call. It's going to be holding resolution in place long enough for the rotation in. Saksa will follow it up with a stun, but there's going to be the Fiend's Grip. And that's resolution. Going out. Saksa will quickly flee, but, you know, here his team looks to come to his aid. And it looks like DC might know what's happening here. Weehaw, look at his positioning. He is holding out. Will dish out the Tornado EMP combo onto Owie. Tries to Manta, but still will lose the mana. Not too much. Holds a bit of it. Will be able to restore a lot of his blue bar. Stun on the mid lane as they look to get the jump onto Saksa here. Look at the Metamorph Illusions. Dunk. Not necessary. We'll be able to get the finish regardless. Up and above, waiting on the high ground is Moon there.
He can always pop that, and it's very hard for DC to bring down any of the other heroes.
Oh man, they slowly smoke and creep in. They're going to be able to get the jump blink. Asleep is there though. The follow-up crush. A meatball above. Goes for the Sunder and gets it under resolution. That will lead to the quick dunk and finish. And a good hot start for MP. Hit up with a nice tornado set though. Misery waits, backs, looks to send Saksa back home. Should be able to do so and will. But now he's waiting, snoozing, and now dead. MP quickly rock out too, and that was the opening that they could have asked for. To move in and get the finish on the Roche. A nice little approach from DC, but good quick reactions from MP get the turnaround play.
Yeah, I think the sleep actually can dodge the venge stun, and it mitigated some of the damage, so it was able to buy some time. We are throwing the tornado in. Owie almost going down. See if he can airball some stun strike, maybe. But
they were able to get the chase for Saksa, and back in the pit once more.
As they can, trying to stay as grouped up as possible so they don't give up too many picks. And yeah, they want to avoid something like this where Owie gets swapped in as Saksa.
He gets swapped. Saksa though tried to go for a nice little jump onto MSS to take him out of the fight, but nearby was SVG, puts him to sleep, and it's going to be MP rolling forward with this fight. 2 already going down. The Misery creeps trying to make it. MP going to be doing the first significant base damage. Another follow-up stun. This time Saksa will get hit with the Yules. The follow-up stun's there. He does get scooted. Envy jumps in, hits him with the Starstorm. Roar's going to be coming out. It's going to get connection onto SVG. Looking to go for the burst. Crimson card. Going to get popped out from MS.
Or whoever. Otherwise, it's just almost impossible for us to take these team fights. So playing more into that narrative, that style that they drafted, and it just didn't work out early on.
Oh, nice little jump there. They got to pick on the Rose in the top lane between Saksa and Wii. It's just a Lesh support who does have a buyback, but DC are looking to force it out. They're looking to just pretty much do what MP did to them in the previous game. It's time to go in on the mid lane. Envy just throws himself into the army, drops down the Starstorm, does some significant work, and leaps back out. MSS will go in there next, finds Resolution, just slashes right through him and dunks him down and home. Resolution's going to be out of this one, buyback, but DC now crippled in a bit of the damage department.
Fast enough.
They're TPing to the shrine already. I think they're already here. Yeah. Oh, Metamorphosis. MP's like, don't even think about it. This is our Roche. Thank you for starting it, but we're going to look to finish it. Moon on the high ground. That's a gem. It doesn't look like they see it's up there, but this is going to be a...
one of the few things they could do to stall this game out longer is try and steal that Roshan and delay NP's impending high ground push, but it doesn't work out. Sniff it out and they stop from happening because they're going to catch Wii now as well. So even without the Metamorphosis, so it is on cooldown, they may just sort of march towards the high ground and try and force a buyback from the Invoker.
Big pick right there at what looked like it started as an attempt to get the jump from Saksa onto NP side. EE rolls in with a nice arrow and gets the connection. Moon looking to cut off Rose here with a nice little roar. Will reward them with the bursted takedown on the support, but now Owie rolls in from behind, looking to cut off Moon here. Envy will be able to show up and gets the finish right there. Killing spree for Owie, 6-19. Things still on the up and up for MP.
To get some pressure down in this bottom lane. But EE has picked up the bots and they're gonna maybe look for a pick off here in the meanwhile.
They pop the Moonlight Shadow and they blink right in. They spot out Misery. He's gone. He does have a buyback. But MP are just hunting like sharks here into every lane and eating the DC bait for now. Looks like Resolution will wait behind to continue to keep the pressure off on some of these lanes, but Saksa jumps in. They are able to pop out the Lincolns with the amp, but as the roar comes out from Moon, a wild MSS Axa shows up in all of his golden glory and just starts spinning his way violently right through Moon. And they're going to be looking for Saksa too here. He's able to get forced back, tries to hide within the trees, looks to go for a TP, but no, sir, you will also get dunked on. And that's going to be Saksa out, no buyback for just about a minute. Him and Moon, DAC land.
Yeah, they, coming into a series that we thought was slightly DC favor, but like you said, NP in a really good position right now as Resolution almost going down.
He has to go back, has to tag the shrine here, but they are going to be able to get it done. Good game, calls out. MP have done it in a 2-0 of a best-of-3 final. Have bested Digital Chaos. NP, man,